10 teams enter, but only 3 are going to make it to the finals. Welcome to heat number 3 of the Junkyard Joust main event. Hi, everybody. I'm Aaron Yonda. After this heat, we're going to know all 10 teams that are making it to the finals. Tonight, Graveyard Smash returns. Last season's champions are going to battle it out to try to get to the finals again. Let's take a look at our teams. Pink Push is back with an all-new roster. Will this one be enough to get them to the finals? Legionary is here and they're ready to do battle. Lambo number 5, of course, is a team of all Lamborghinis, fast and agile. Sugar Crash won the Battle of the Losers and got to add a couple new cars to their team, and they are ready to face off. Wolvie's Wreckers are ready to carve through the competition. The Sunrunners have been around. They've made it to the finals every season, always with a brand new team. Let's see if they can do it this season. Fierce Lead Dragon is a sinister-looking team with some versatile cars. Stranger Danger is a team of vans that are difficult to get off the track. In Thunderlord's qualifier, they are the only team with any cars left standing at the end of the qualifier. Creature is back, and so is the ramp. Graveyard Smash, sponsored by Tony's Video Palace. The rules are simple. Survive. Every car has to drive down the track, smash into the rest of the cars, and if they end up upside down or sideways at the end of a round, they are eliminated. Any cars that are right side up at the end of the round move on to the next round. In the qualifier, the match ends when 2 teams have lost all their cars, and the remaining 3 teams move on. Tim looks pretty relaxed right now, considering that he is surrounded by zombies. Tim, of course, caused a zombie apocalypse at the beginning of the main event. Hopefully he can keep them away from the competitors. I don't know, that clown zombie looks pretty creepy. Well, Evil Weevil is at midpoint. Let's get this thing started. Graveyard Smash, it's no surprise, sending down Creature from the Black Lagoon. Let the carnage begin. It is ramp time. Running order is up, and here we go. Lambo number 5 is going to take the plunge first with the Aventador J, sponsored by Hey Hey's Hatchback Hanger. The Aventador somehow doesn't go off the ramp. Something on the front of that car was so low that it actually prevented it from going off the ramp. Well, that's interesting. Let's see if that works again when Fiercely Dragon sends down the 57 Roadster, sponsored by Liz's Wizard Arts and Witchcrafts. And it didn't matter. The Aventador is just toppled, sent flying off the track, upside down. That was a nasty hit. And now that Roadster is going off the back of Creature, so that's not a good position to be in. Baby Ruth for Sugar Crash, sponsored by Hey Hey's Hatchback Hanger again. This thing has a kind of low bumper, could help it. Nope, it didn't, and it went right off the back of Creature, flipped over, upside down, and is done. And look at that, the Roadster makes an impressive recovery. Thunderlords think that Iron Man might have what it takes to go off the back of Creature, sponsored by Brendan Walsh. And it does! Iron Man just hits the wall, bounces back, and looks like it's going to go upside down, but with a little bounce, manages to right itself. That was an amazing recovery, and that was a good choice of a car to send down. Pink Push is going to send down Diaper Dragger, sponsored by Mr. Strathholm, see if it can survive this jump. Diaper Dragger slams into the crates and just goes straight sideways and does not manage to make a recovery. It's not over yet, but it's probably unlikely that that thing's going to come back. Legionary is going to send down the Hammered Coupe, sponsored by Deluxe Flame. This thing has a pretty low front. I don't know if it's low enough to get under Crete. What just happened? I have no idea. I still can't tell what just happened there. Creature has been flipped upside down by the impact with the Hammered Coupe. It looks like Hammered Coupe started to go under Creature, got snagged on the tire, and Creature has flipped upside down on the track. If Creature doesn't somehow get flipped over, we may have just witnessed history, folks. Here comes the 69 Nissan Skyline van for Wolvie's Wreckers, sponsored by Chemical Knight. The Nissan pushes the coupe all the way under Creature and finishes the job. The backbone of Graveyard Smash, the whole reason that they survived and won last season, may have just been eliminated, folks. Wow, it's only the first round. Custom 77 Dodge van, now sponsored by Mr. Strathholm. The custom van pushes Evil Weevil off the track, and not much else going on right there. The cars are lining up. There's a line of red. It's a trail of blood that leads to Creature from the Black Lagoon. This is just unbelievable. Here comes Power Pistons for the Sunrunners, sponsored by Bentley's Brakes and Bumpers. Power Pistons powers into the back of that van and just stops and locks it in. Graveyard Smash got to be devastated by this. The Mummy now is going to go down. Mummy takes its place on the track, pops Power Pistons off. Power Pistons makes a very adept recovery. And now the Mummy, which doesn't work quite as well as Creature, but still has a bit of a ramp off the back, is going to try to cause some trouble. Now Lambo number 5 is sending down Veneno, sponsored by Ellie's Hop Shop. This thing has a low front. And yeah, it's not going underneath, but it's not going off the back as a ramp either. And it's kind of hung up on the edge now. Up next, it's going to be High Roller, sponsored by Swedenborg's Smorgasbord. High Roller smacks the Veneno off the track. Veneno goes upside down. That's going to be a probable elimination for Lambo number 5. They're not doing too good right now. Got 2 cars upside down. Next up for Sugar Crash, it is Crunch, sponsored by Brendan Walsh. Crunch knocks the High Roller all the way down towards the front by Iron Man. Almost makes a recovery. I don't know if that car is going to go upside down or right side up, but there's definitely a chance of either. Up now for Thunderlord's Captain America, sponsored by Illuminati Public Relations. Captain America knocks Crunch curbside. Crunch is definitely not in a good position being like that. Sponsored by Ellis Wurtenberger, it's the Monte Carlo concept car. Heaviest car on the pink push, 61 grams. Big hit, and it was enough to push Crunch off the track upside down and then sideways. And that is a big loss for Sugar Crash right there. Another big loss already in just the first round of this match. Legionary is going to send down Dual Fueler, sponsored by Sean and Patrick Hogan. Dual Fueler's got a low front, but not low enough to get under that Monte Carlo. Almost did, but couldn't quite manage it. Chrysler Atlantic now for Wolvie's Wreckers, sponsored by Mark the Music Lover. A light tap right there. This car's only 29 grams. Couldn't really do a whole lot, but it did manage to lock it in. The Danger now going to send down the MBK van, sponsored by Stump's Tree Farm. A heavy hit by the MBK van. The Chrysler Atlantic is thrown off the track, lands in the dirt upside down. Dual Fueler sideways now. The Monte Carlo is also in jeopardy. Next up for the runners, it's What For 2, sponsored by Chome. What For 2 causes some devastation with the help of that van. Monte Carlo and Dual Fueler are both tossed upside down. Graveyard Smash have another car that they're fond of, the Wolfman. This thing is very hard to get off the track. Wolfman slides into place and knocks that MBK van right off the track. After all the damage that thing did, now it is lying in the same place as all the cars it knocked around. Up now for Lambo, it's the Huracan LP622 Super Trofeo, sponsored by Jedi. The Huracan cannot do it, and it hits back of Wolfman and goes almost all the way off the track. It's going to wish it had gone all the way off the track, because now it faces a big hit from Bad Moon, sponsored by Emo Dingo. Bad Moon sends the Huracan completely out of the realm of possibility. That thing's gone. I don't even know where it went, and we're gonna try to get a shot. It went over the fence and even knocked the fence over. That's what that fence is there for, to prevent this kind of thing. That was such a savage hit by Bad Moon that now Wolfman is in trouble. Bad Moon underneath Wolfman, and here we've got a shot of Huracan. Apparently it couldn't. It's upside down and out. Here comes Chunky for Sugar Crash, sponsored by Chome. This is going to be an important hit for Graveyard. And Wolfman, wow, that was insane. Wolfman flips completely over. The van flips over and somehow makes a recovery. The unlikeliness of that is not lost on us. Thunderlord's now sending down Thor, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. Thor slams into Chunky. We've got a Sunrunner's car on the ropes now, too, from that previous hit, and Thor locks it in. It's time for a Pink Bullet, sponsored by Judy Collins. Pink Bullet annihilates Thor, and Thor takes out one of the zombies. Unfortunately, Thor's upside down, but actually managed to take out one of those zombies, so that's helping the cause there. Good job, Thor. A noble sacrifice. Legionary now with Double Vision, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. Double Vision focuses in on Pink Bullet and slaps it off the track upside down. Unfortunately, also flips over itself and hooks on the track. That's going to be trouble. And here comes Wolverine with those claws, sponsored by Sloth's Automotive Sachet and Buffet. Look out. Wolverine smacks Double Vision off the track and then goes upside down himself. Rough luck there for Wolvie. Ford Bedford van now for the danger, sponsored by Regal Radio. The Bedford van hits a wall, can't go anywhere, and just flips over sideways after bouncing off the track. The line of cars on the track is so solid, it's starting to end vehicles just by not letting them forward. Let's see how off-track fares for the Sunrunner, sponsored by Wayland Enterprises International. Off-track slams into the van, pushes it upside down, goes up, and makes a nice recovery. Actually manages to almost get back on the track, but now he's curbside. Graveyard smash, sending out Bride of Frankenstein. Bride of Frankenstein finishes off the van, and off-track makes a great spinning recovery. Murcielago, sponsored by Judy Collins for Lambo number 5. Murcielago slams into Bride of Frankenstein. There's nowhere to go, so it just sits there. Next up, this thing looks like it has some undercutting ability. Cove Light, sponsored by Judy Collins. Cove Light annihilates Murcielago. Murcielago gets flipped, but then recovers, lands over, and actually takes out a couple of zombies. Murcielago gets kind of close to Tim over there, but he doesn't seem bothered by it. The wall of cars now is actually getting higher than the wall of zombies. And here comes a big one for Sugar Crash. It's Hershey's Miniature, sponsored by Swedenborg Smorgasbord. Hershey's cannot buckle the line. It buckles, I guess, but it does not break. And the cars are really starting to back up. I think Spider Machine will alleviate some of this backup for Thunderlord, sponsored by Chum. And even Spider Machine can't penetrate the line. There is no getting through here. Let's see if the 67 VW 1536, sponsored by Hasty Productions, can do anything. And it can't. It almost gets under Spider Machine, pops it up, but then goes back, and we're almost starting to get back up the hill now. Commuters up for Legionary, sponsored by Regal Radio. Can he break the line? Commuter cannot pushes the VW up almost under Spider Machine, but now we are back even a step farther. The Majorette Wolverine's gonna give it a shot, sponsored by Tim the Bear Neal. Majorette Wolverine tears up some track on the way down, but doesn't really get much going. Spider Machine actually is in peril now. Next up for the danger, it's the Ford Econoline van, sponsored by Regal Radio. And finally, we're getting some action. There you go, the commuter is flipped over. Wolverine's on the edge, it's dangerous. Good hit by the Econoline van. Sunrunners are gonna send out Happy Zap, sponsored by Swedenborg Smorgasbord. Happy Zap finishes off the commuter, or I guess it was already finished, finishes him off again, and Wolverine is definitely in trouble. Graveyard Smash picked up Dracula back in Season 2. Here it comes. Dracula slams into Happy Zap. Econoline van slides and flips over, and Spider Machine makes a smooth dismount. Next up for Lambo number 5, it's the Aventador LP 700-4, another one sponsored by Swedenborg Smorgasbord. The Aventador has nowhere to go. The line of cars is solid again, and we are backing up the hill. Luckily, there's only a couple cars left in this round. The next one being Sweet 16 from Fiercely Dragon, sponsored by Chum. Sweet 16 manages to pop the Aventador off the track. The line of cars buckles with the trunk of the VW, but that's all. Big hit coming down from Raisinets now for Sugar Crash, 89 grams, sponsored by Wayland Enterprises International. And it was a big hit. VW has been eliminated, forced off the track upside down, and Happy Zap makes a nice flip and a recovery on top of Dracula. That was pretty good. And now Thunderlords are sending down another big hit, 102 grams, Captain America Bus, sponsored by Sean and Patrick Hogan. Captain America Bus slams Raisinette forward. A couple more cars displaced. Nobody eliminated, although Happy Zap is definitely on the border. Not a decision I would want to have to make. Officials are going to have to decide whether that is out, if Happy Zap stays in that position. Next up for the pink push, it's Manga Tuner, sponsored by Wayland Enterprises International. Manga Tuner slams Sweet 16 off the track, but Sweet 16 is fine, and we are still backed up this track. Can Troy Soldier do anything to loosen this up? Sponsored by Brendan Walsh. Troy Soldier can't, and I do believe this is probably the farthest we've been backed up the track just about ever. The line of cars is tough, it's solid. 71 Plymouth Satellite, sponsored by Sean and Patrick Hogan, gonna give it a shot. And a little bit of loosening, but not much. It goes underneath Troy Soldier, and that's it. Here comes Ford Supervan 2, sponsored by Ellis Wurtenberger. The Supervan heaves a 62 grams into those cars, and Troy Soldier is tossed and backs right off the track. Manga Tuner is definitely in trouble in that position. We are really backing up this hill. Final car of round 1, Sunrunners are sending out Buzz Off, sponsored by Jedi. Buzz Off can't do anything, but somehow manages to right Manga Tuner, and Manga Tuner gets out of there. Great recovery, and that finally is the end of round 1. And what a round it was. Taking a look at the long line of destruction, 23 cars were eliminated in this round. That's nearly half the field, and of course, there is Creature, the big elimination for Graveyard Smash. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Silver lining for Graveyard Smash, they didn't lose any other vehicles. Bad news for Lambo number 5 and Pink Push, they are down to 1 each. Fiercely Dragon looking good, only lost 1, and Legionary lost 3. Most damage over here done to Stranger Danger and Wolvies Wreckers, they each lost 3. Sugar Crash lost 2, and Sunrunners and Thunderlords looking pretty with 1 loss each. The cars have been reset, and the zombies that were eliminated also been removed from action. I hope somebody takes out that clown zombie. First up for the Thunderlords in round 2, it's going to be Captain America. Running order is up. Thunderlords, I think, wanting to establish this car down at the end of the track with that rounded back, hoping that it'll cause some problems for other vehicles. Fiercely Dragon going to start us off with the Roadster again. The Roadster slams into the back of Captain America, can't get underneath, and just gonna have to sit there. Happy Zap is back for the Sunrunners after nearly being eliminated. And a nice hit there, locks it in on the track. All the cars are together. Graveyard Smash still reeling from the loss of Creature, but they've got the Mummy, could still be a troublemaker. Mummy knocks Happy Zap off the track. The Mummy and the rest of this team should not be discounted. They're a championship team for a reason. They've got what it takes to make it into the finals, even without Creature. Here comes Hershey's Miniatures for Sugar Crash. Miniatures knocks the Roadster off the track, upside down after a bad bounce off the track. And then Mummy is pushed off to the side, but so far is okay. Fresh off the destruction of Creature, it's the Hammered Coupe. Look out below. Hammered Coupe does it again. Takes out one of these big low bumper vehicles, just flips it over like it's nothing. That vehicle is vicious. Wolvies Wreckers just got the 2 station wagons left, or I guess this is a van, a Skyline van. The Skyline van tries to push the Hammered Coupe under Captain America, but that's not happening. That thing actually does have a low enough bumper to prevent the kind of devastation that happened to Miniatures. Now we're moving on to a different kind of van, a Super Van for Stranger Danger. They've got 2 left. Super Van actually manages to get the Hammered Coupe under Captain America. Could this be another elimination by that vehicle? All that remains of Lambo number 5 is the Murcielago. Gotta stay alive. Murcielago does exactly the opposite of what I just said and flips over upside down on the track. We'll see whether he stays that way. Pink Push with their remaining vehicle. It sure is a tiny one. Manga Tuner. Manga Tuner ends the Murcielago. Murcielago goes flying. Does not make a recovery, not like last time, and is upside down. Lambo number 5 just taken out by Pink Push. That's 1 team down. Thunderlord sending down the Captain America bus. Manga Tuner goes tumbling over and over, all the way over to the crates, and does not have the ability to make a recovery. Pink Push are now certainly out of this match unless some sort of miracle happens that rights that car. Bad Moon did some damage last round. Let's see what he can do this time. And he doesn't get anything going this time, just slams into the back of the Captain America van. Captain America up farther comes off the track completely and is safe. And now Bad Moon's curbside. Sunrunner's electing to send down Buzz Off. Now let's see if this thing gets any undercutting. And no undercutting. In fact, Bad Moon is saved from being curbside now and locked in. It's kind of the opposite of what they were going for, I think. Graveyard Smash is sending down Wolfman. Amazing recovery last time. Wolfman forces himself under Buzz-Off, but can't get any cars off the track and backs it up. Another big vehicle coming down for Sugar Crash, Raisinets. Raisinets manages to get Wolfman under Buzz-Off this time, and Buzz-Off is pitching forward. Bad Moon even getting up a little bit. Legionary sending down their second car for the round, only got 2 left, Troy Soldier. Troy Soldier bounces off the back of Raisinets, manages to get Buzz-Off sideways on the track. Wolfman is curbside. Troy Soldier better get ready to take a ride. Here comes the Plymouth Satellite. And the Soldier is down. Pitched over sideways off the back of Raisinets. And look at that, Buzz-Off. Amazing job getting out of that pickle and recovering. Here comes the 77 Dodge van for the danger. A heavy hit, and look at this! Wolfman slides off the edge, slowly goes over on his roof, and that might be it. Arguably the second best car on Graveyard Shift, and now that is probably out. Graveyard Shift in deep trouble here. Spider Machine's up now. Spider Machine knocks the van way up in the air. Big hit there, bounces off the back of the Satellite, but then manages to stay alive. Sweet 16 now for the Dragon. Sweet 16 bashes into Spider Machine, doesn't manage to get much to happen. That 77 Dodge van is almost recovered. Power Piston now for the runners. Power Piston pushes into Sweet 16, and the Satellite's getting pushed up a little bit by Spider Machine. That's about it. With the elimination of Wolfman, Dracula's got to step up to the plate for Graveyard Smash here. Good hit, gets a little bit under Power Piston, start to cause some trouble, definitely getting some potential pile-up options. If we just get a nice heavy hit, and that's what we're gonna get, Chunky for Sugar Crash. Chunky slams Sweet 16 and Power Piston's off. Sweet 16 getting the better of it, managing to tumble backwards, but Power Piston's also recovering, flipping off in the other direction. Great job by both those cars. Iron Man now for the Thunderlords. Iron Man causes the Satellite to flip over off the track. Wolby's Wreckers taking another hit. Cove Light, Fiercely Dragon. Cove Light takes Iron Man to town, flips over a couple times, lands over on Satellite, and then drives off. You can tell this car likes to fly. It always makes a pretty good recovery when it's getting catapulted through the air. Here comes Off Track. Off Track goes off Cove Light and then goes off track, and Cove Light also goes off track, both of them making a good recovery. Off Track landing on his own teammate. Graveyard Smash likes to send down Bride of Frankenstein towards the end, I've noticed. Bride of Frankenstein lands a punch on the back of Chunky, but isn't moving. And that is gonna round out round 2. And if my math is right, it looks like we've lost another 7 vehicles. That's gonna take us up to 30, which means 20 cars left. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Every team on this page lost 1. In some cases, that means their team is out. Lambo and Pink Push are done. Legionary's down to 1, Graveyard Smash at 3, and Dragon at 3. Wolby's Wreckers are down to 1, Sugar and Stranger are at 2 each, and Sunrunners and Thunderlords are really starting to look good. 4 left. We're saying goodbye to Pink Push, but I bet they'll be back down the road. Also saying goodbye to Lambo number 5. They had some cool cars, but they did not survive. Fiercely Dragon are still definitely in this with 3 vehicles. Graveyard Smash still has 3. They are not the 3 I expected to still be alive at this point. And will they be able to see their team through to the finals? Legionary, the Hammered Coupe took out Creature and now is the only car left on that team. Do they have a hope of getting to the end? 2 vans left on Stranger Danger. Those things seem pretty solid. Sugar Crash also 2 left. Raisinets is a pretty solid vehicle, and Chunky's a fast one. Sunrunners are showing their veteran capabilities here, staying in it with 4, and Thunderlords are looking pretty impressive right now, only 1 car lost. Wolby's Wreckers' only hope is the Nissan Skyline van. Next week's episode will determine who the final 3 are, and also our 4th place wild card, with Mind Control currently leading in points for that spot. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget, you can bet just for fun on these matches via the Junkyard Joust Discord, link in the description, and consider becoming a patron. As I said last time, I will build the post-apocalypse Junkyard Joust set if I make it to 60 patrons by the end of January. Cheers, and see you next time.